G'day everyone and welcome to Two Cousins One Chat. I'm Ben, coming to you from beautiful Adelaide in South Australia.
And hello everyone, I'm Kristy, Ben's most favourite cousin from Melbourne.
Thanks for tuning in. It's great to have you once again joining us for another episode, and we hope you're having a great day wherever you're listening in from.
All right, Ben, today we are cutting through the fluff and we're getting right to our very special guest who is currently in the green room and hopefully giving it a makeover. So over to you, Ben, for the intro.
Yes, our very special guest today is Melbourne artist Anna Blatman. Anna's work is instantly recognisable. It's joyful, bold, overflowing with colour and flowers. Anna's been painting for more than 30 years and is inspired by everything from Van Gogh to her own garden and her love of layering rich tones and textures which bring her canvases to life.
That's right, Ben. Her motto is, "May your life be full of colour." And really, it says it all. Anna's art has been featured on the block and in homes across Australia and even on the shelves of Officeworks. We've shared one of her book covers in an Instagram recently, Instagram post, and the reaction by ours and her audience was huge. So it's clear many people connect with Anna's happy, vibrant style, and it makes me happy. So, Anna Blatman, welcome to Two Cousins, One Chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you both.
It's great to meet you too, and it's so lovely to have you with us today. Anna, for those meeting you for the first time, how do you describe what you do, and can you share a little bit about how you started and where your desire to create came from, and whether you imagined it becoming your full-time career?
No, I was never a person that set any goals other than I'm going to turn up tomorrow. And I knew I could work hard from having my first job at McDonald's at 15. And I knew I liked McDonald's. And after a year, they decided that I was eating too many chips and said, "That's it for you." And then I said to Mum when it was end of year 11, "Mum, I'm getting dumber and I'm not going to do year 12. I just can't do it." And she just said, "Okay, go and do a receptionist course." And so I went and did the receptionist course. And then within 6 months of teaching myself how to type, I had a job at Zurich Australian Life Insurance. And then after that was 2 years. And then I kind of went and worked waitressing at night to save money to go overseas. And so I was away for 14 months. And then a friend said, "Come and do the manicuring course. You'll get all my clients. I'm having a baby." So I'm like, okay. So I just kind of did whatever was coming up next. I didn't overthink it. I was like, oh, that sounds good. And then I started painting with one of my mum's friends, had a few lessons for about 6 months. And then I thought, oh, I've got the hang of this. And I was just entering art shows, and I sold my first painting at the Herald Sun art show. And I was very excited. And someone said to my mother, "Did you buy it? Did you buy this painting?" And she was like, "How dare you? I would never give my daughter a false sense of, someone's bought it." And so from then I was like, oh, wow, someone's bought my painting. And then I was still manicuring and painting. And then the painting kind of won out. And I just kept going. One painting led to the next painting. And then a girlfriend said, "Do you want to get a market stall? Southgate in Melbourne is opening a market."
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we shared a stall. And then within, a year, I had my own stall. Then I had two stalls. Then I was doing all the country markets. I was sending paintings to the Rocks Market. Somebody was running that stall. And, I was just, I had two children, 12 months apart, and just painted right up until I had them, 6 weeks off with both children, and then just kept painting. And I had very strict hours, 8 till 12 or 8 till 1, 4 days a week. I had a nanny coming to the house to mind the kids, and I was out in that garage painting my little tushy off. And I had friends saying, "Come on, let's meet and have, catch up with the babies." And I'm like, "No, I'm painting." Like if I was a surgeon, they would never be saying,
Of
"Hey."
course.
And I'm like, are people taking this seriously? I'm taking it seriously. And, it was one of those things that, people thought, "Oh, just put your brushes down. You can come out. The painting's not going to care." But I'm like, no, I have to keep those hours. And I've kept those hours for 33 years.
Wow.
I go hard early in the morning and I get the best out of myself so that I leave and want to come back the next day.
Yeah,
So
wow.
if I painted for 9 hours, I know I would hate it,
Mm.
and I would still only be productive for 4 hours and then, do, rubbish for the next 5 hours. So
Yeah,
I
wow.
knew myself, I knew what I could do, that I was a morning person, and then I could do other things, the rest of the day and then come back fresh.
Yeah, love
Wow.
that. Yeah. So you went from little painting brushes
Yes,
to other types of brushes.
yes, yes.
Fantastic. Anna, your work is so full of color and energy. And having only met you recently and hearing you speak and seeing you, you give off a lot of energy as well. So I guess my question was, would you say it's a reflection of your personality, your work, or is it more, or is it also about the way you want people to feel when they see it? Like Kristy says, it makes her happy. Is that part of the intention as well?
Yeah. I am well, I think that it really is just trying to make myself happy.
Mm.
Because if I tried to work out how to make other people happy, I wouldn't know where to start. So if I make myself happy, I then was just praying that someone else connected with that painting. And as I said, I only needed one person. I had
Yeah.
one original. I didn't need 10 people to buy it. I needed one person to buy it.
Mm.
So I just kept going till I made myself happy and said, okay, that painting is done. Every painting is like maybe a month of my life,
Mm.
all the trials and tribulations, the mistakes, the mood, deciding to change the painting. It's everything. Like I would love something one day and then come back the next day and say, oh my God, and then just completely like just put a black line right through it.
Oh,
Just to
really?
say, okay, now you've got to go over that and start again.
Wow.
So I would just keep moving on till I felt that I'd be happy to sell it or take it home myself. That's how happy I have to be and how much I have to love every painting, because they literally are me on the walls.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so impressive. I can really feel that too. Like when I see some of your work, it just brings so much joy. And that's globally too, isn't it?
It's quite amazing.
It's
I
unreal.
can't believe it. I
Yeah.
still, like everyone that comes through the gallery doors, I always still feel like, please like me. Please, I'll give you a good price. Just please. Like I never feel like I never have that, oh well, so you should, attitude. I'm like
Mm.
the other way. Like it's very hard for artists to sell their own work, because it's very hard for us to put a price on something that is our time and ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah.
When it's something that's, they make 1,000 of, you go, okay, well, you work out how long it took to make it and, the costs, but what's the cost of your heart and your love?
Yeah.
Exactly.
know?
Yeah.
It's very hard to put a price on it, but I've had to settle on a price, kind of like pizza by the meter. It's a bit of,
Yeah.
this size is that and that size is that. And I
Yeah.
win on some, I lose on some. And that's
Yeah.
how I've had to make peace with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
interesting. I love
Yeah.
that. Anna, you just mentioned before you've been painting for 33 years. And I read recently that you said sometimes it feels like you're just starting again. What is it that gives you that new project excitement and keeps it fresh for all of this time?
I think because I've stuck to my theme of a country life. So
Okay.
I can just keep going, as they say, till the cows come home. I can change up those pots. I can change up those flowers. I can change up the backgrounds. I can do, any bird shape that I want. I'm like playing God in a kind of way. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm scared of birds, but I'm not scared of yours." Oh, that country house reminds me of my nana. I like to connect to something. I appreciate that people do abstract work and the colours are beautiful, but I like to, people to come in and have a connection to, oh, I love that pot of flowers, or that reminds me of, because I'm a very nostalgic person, and
Hmm.
I like to bring out that in somebody else. And even if they just like it for the colours, but most people will find one thing in the gallery that they love. Some people love everything. Some people feel embarrassed when they want to tell me, oh, that's really not my, that's not really my colours. And I'm like, you don't have to love everything. No one's asking you. Just, you connect with what you connect with. And some say, oh, I have no idea about art. And I said, if you like something, you know about art. That's all it is. It's not much more than that. And then I think about when people critique other people's work, and I think, who are you to critique something that's not right or wrong?
Yeah.
Like, those paintings are me. So when you're critiquing it, maybe negatively, you're critiquing me, because that's what I do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
A hard one. When I went into art shows, I was never ever going to think that I would ever win a prize, because my work was never traditional. And traditional subject matters, and the way I did it was like maybe a child could do it. I used to have people walking past my stall and saying to their kid, "Oh, we'll do that when we go home. Look, you could do that."
Insulting.
Yeah.
Oh, but just going back to what you said just before was about people, not like it, it's not their thing or whatever. I think sometimes we can overthink it as well.
Yeah.
And
Well, art is subjective. I love comedy, and I've heard comedians speak in exactly the same way. It's like, you can review my work, but it's already done and I'm making money from it. So what's the point,
Yeah. Or it's like when people, I remember going to a Ken Doan exhibition. Ken Doan is my guru,
Ah,
and it was just like little simple stick fish on a blue background, and the person next to me said, "Oh, I could do that." I said, "Yes, we could all do that," but he's done it. That's the thing. We can all do everything, but someone's done it. Someone's had a blank canvas, and
yeah.
even though they've come up with something simple, they've done it. And
yeah,
so that's what, even with my paintings, a lot of people, try to do it, but I always say that they only just copying the last layer. They
yeah,
don't see the agony and the ecstasy that I've gone through to get to the last 20th, 30th layer. They don't see all the little colours that I've left behind. It's like a trail of my life. Um, I never go over everything completely, because I like to say that I don't get rid of all my yesterdays.
mm,
I am all my yesterdays, and I am today, but I don't erase anything, even if it's bad. It's just, I'm going to just keep moving forward.
Oh, I'm
oh
gonna
wow, yeah,
start looking at your work with a different lens now.
Really?
That's
If you,
fascinating. Yeah.
yes. Well, when I do an art class and someone takes a painting, I can see they're looking at the last layer. And I said, don't look at the colours that are the biggest. Look at the colours that are the smallest. And if you see a little bit of purple, that means that before the purple was big, and I've gone
mm,
over it and left a little bit,
Oh,
just
wow.
because I don't like to erase any of that month,
mm,
because it's led me to the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like ripping out a page of a book.
yeah,
My paintings, when I start, I don't know where I'm going to end until something in my brain says, okay, this one's finished.
yeah, yeah,
So that journey is like not knowing the end of a movie until I see the last scene.
yeah. Wow.
So you can't get rid of any of those acts in that movie, because it's setting the tone for the whole movie or the whole book, and it's the
Yeah,
same as the painting. Some artists, sketch everything out, and they know that the bowl's going to go there, and that flower's going to go there, but mine's like a complete mystery. I change
wow.
my mind, being a woman. We change our minds 1,000 times, and that's okay.
Of course,
It
of
certainly
course. I'm
unravels.
certainly not going to question it.
No, please don't.
Anna, you talked before about the "Please Like Me," which a lot of artists in many fields can relate to. So, when you see your work in people's homes or in their living spaces or on TV or in
Yeah.
a retail setting, what does that do for the "Please Like Me" in you? How do you feel when you see that?
Then I go into shock. I'm like, you really want to put one of my paintings in your main room where you're going to see it every day? Like, I just can't believe that. I like when you think about where you have come from, and you've just staggered your way along in the wilderness, and you've just, you just turn up every day and you just keep going. You just can't believe that that's the end result. And I remember seeing this post, and this little girl from New York had done a little pot of flowers that she'd tried to kind of copy one of mine. And she said, I hope you love my Anna Blatman inspired flowers. Andrea from New York City. And I thought, oh my, and she was 7 years old.
Oh,
And I thought, oh my gosh, like, is this the reach? Like, I just love, that kids, try to, they connect with it. That's right. Because I am childlike. I've never grown up, and I never want to. I'll still laugh at someone tripping over, and I don't. I'm the lighter side of life rather than the darker side of life. So I think that's why children, and when people come into the gallery with their kids, and the kids want to touch the painting, and the mum's like nearly like no, and I'm like no, let them touch. If they want to touch, let them touch. And then they all like
yeah.
run their hands over, because I said they want to. It looks like they want to touch it, because
Yeah.
it looks it's kind of textured, and I said I want them to touch it. I want them to be feeling it. So yeah.
That's perfect segue into my next question to you, Anna, and that is about the Clare Primary School and the school kids' birds images. Can you tell us a little bit about
was
that,
just
Anna?
Yeah, so she just contacted me to say that we are the most remote school in New South Wales, and we all did your birds, and they just absolutely loved it. And I'm like, wow, it's you can't believe it. I have a lot of teachers from all over the world contact me to say we've studied Van Gogh this week, and next week we're doing Blatman, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's just I have this American girl, she's hilarious, and I love the way she says Anna Blatman, and she's like, because she does this dot, it's called Dot Day, and she does this bird that I did that had all dots. So she shows me the kids, and they all holding up their pictures, and even someone emailed me and said they were at a nursing home, and they were going to do all the birds, and people that said they're not coming to do it all started coming out of their rooms when they saw other
Oh,
people doing it.
fantastic.
And I said, tell them to name it after someone that's passed away that they loved. And so they'd all written on their birds, this was for, somebody.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was really beautiful. But she said that it was so lovely to watch the people who didn't want to get involved, because they could see that it was something that was doable and enjoyable, and, not as hard as they thought.
Yeah, wow. This isn't on the flow sheet, so Kristy might get mad at me. But doing, I'm interested because doing your own art and being in your own process, which is kind of all consuming for you by the sounds of it, and you have a very strong work ethic. But then there's also the teaching, which is a whole other ball game. How do you find the teaching?
Well, my friend Simi said you should do some lessons, and I thought I'll just trial it on some friends first, because they won't tell me off. And then I thought, let's start doing it with kids, because kids won't know that I can't teach. They won't realise. Adults will realise quick smart that I'm not a teacher, because I thought, just because you do something doesn't mean you can teach it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to be taught watercolours or oils, you're coming to the wrong place. All I can teach is me.
Yeah.
So, but when they come in, I try to say to them, don't limit yourself to being me, because you are you. You could be doing something better than me. So start off with me, end off with you, and, try not to copy, because, you could have done that at home. You've paid to come into the gallery, to learn the process, make the most of what I'm telling you, so that next time you do a painting, you go, okay, I remembered she told me to start with the darks and end with the lights, and look for shapes, and lots of other, things that I've taught them, so that when they go to start a painting, it's not as scary, because starting a blank canvas, you've got a blank canvas, you go, all right, what do I do first? And I said, now I've taught you, you know where to start. And I say to people all the time, paint things that you love. Don't paint things that are in and things that you think are going to sell, because that's going to last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
When you literally live and breathe, either it's a beach scene or it's a land, the countryside or trees, pick something. Don't be doing all things because, you think it's going to sell, because you get exposed, because you're not authentic. So I remember Mum saying, "Oh, you're lucky you picked flowers because everyone loves flowers." I was like, "I love flowers, Mum." I didn't pick flowers because I thought, "Oh, good, people will like them." I like them.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will say, "Oh, you're lucky that you paint flowers because it's in now. Flowers are very in." I'm like, no one told me they went out. Like I've just been going on my merry way, doing the same colours. I don't look at the Pantone colour of the year. I don't see what's in. I just do my own thing, and it's kind of set me apart only because people say, "I knew it was yours. I saw it here," and they don't have to even see my signature. They say
it's instantly
they know it's
recognisable.
mine,
Yeah.
and I like.
Yeah. Such great advice there, Anna, for anybody that's listening in, potential new artists or kids that might be listening in.
Yeah.
But also your art classes look like so much fun. And
They
there's a whole bunch of images on your Instagram
Yeah.
page, but also we can pop it in our show notes. People can find out how they can join in as well. It does look like a lot of fun.
Yes. And we've had a nurse or a teacher in every class that we've done.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, I said they need the most love, the poor things after COVID.
Oh, do they ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Anna, you said that you love listening to funny podcasts while you paint and you avoid anything depressing in your happy place. Do you ever have to switch off mid-stroke because the vibe is killed? Just saying,
No.
Two Cousins One Chat is a fun vibe podcast, by the way. But
I'll have to add that to my. I'll have to
please do.
I went through a stage of wanting to listen to music, but I listen to Triple M, a bit of a bogan, and but they play the same songs all over the time. So I then, because I work by myself, I like to actually listen to people talking, and mostly radio shows, and recently like a lot of Mamma Mia. And just learning about people that I have no idea about, or a situation that I don't know about. Like, I like to lean into the uncomfortable. I don't say, "Oh no, I can't stand that." I like to listen just to hear another point of view. So, but sometimes I'm tuning out. Mostly I'm listening. But yeah, I think it's because I work by myself and I live by myself. Yeah. Shh, we shouldn't have said that. Oh,
we can edit that out.
No, the dog's there. The dog's there.
The dog's there. What's next for you, Anna? What projects are you working on right now? Can you tell us?
Yes, I'm going to be collabing with Spotlight, and they're going to do a range of fabric.
Fantastic.
So that should be in store. I thought November, so I'm not exactly sure, but that's the next thing.
Oh, that's exciting.
All you quilters out there, there'll be fabric.
Fantastic! Because you had a collaboration with Officeworks, and which I bought up a lot. I have to say.
Thank you. I say collector's item because it's because it was only for a year. So once that went, then they do a different artist every year. So
okay, I got a bunch of them, but I also have bought a bunch of Christmas presents from your website too. So
I feel like people contacting me. "Oh, I missed out on the lamp. I missed out on the vases." I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah, bad luck. You got to be quick.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Officeworks. Thank you.
Oh, well, that's exciting. We'll have to keep an eye out. I have to let my wife know that that there's going to be some of your stuff at Spotlight as well.
Is a quilter?
No, but I do know some quilters. I do know some quilters. I actually even emceed a couple of quilting conventions in my day. I did.
Did you, Ben? You are full of surprises. I did not know that. I thought I knew you, but no, Ben, you're a classic.
Oh, I hope they gave you a quilt to say thank you.
Well, no, they gave me cash, which is way better.
Your own quilt. Yeah.
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 That's hilarious.
So randomly, I do have connections in the quilting industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, I never realised how many people sew, and there was a woman in my class. She said, I make wheat bags and I'll go and buy your fabric and I'll make
Oh,
wheat
wow.
bags with that. And I was like, wow, people are going to be making stuff.
Yeah, I've got a friend at
Oh,
work.
yeah.
She's a quilter, and another one that does crochet. Like she makes things out of crochet and puts them into art
It's
shows
a
and stuff.
very,
It's incredible.
when you see people actually that are creative, you feel even a little bit less. You're like, wow. Like I always say that when someone does something that you can't do, you look at that as, wow, they're so
hmm
talented.
hmm
And then when people are saying something to me like, oh, you're talented, I'm like, not really. I just practice every day.
Yeah.
Like so I should be good at it. I've been doing the same thing for 33 years.
Yeah,
So
that's
Yeah.
right.
I don't take it as I'm talented. It's just I have committed to this and I stay committed to it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If I learned to play the piano, I'd say after 33 years, I'd be good at playing the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's not it's not a talent. It's practice. It's practice, and I've honed my skills, and I've learned how to move forward yet still be myself, which is what someone said that Taylor Swift, little Tay Tay,
Yeah.
she does that. Like she moves forward, but she's still herself. She's not someone that they go, oh my God, she's doing heavy metal now, or she still spins around on her own axis. And I try to do that as well. So I might go back and look at a painting that I did, 30 years ago, and I say, okay, let's let Anna now do it.
Oh, yeah.
I would do that painting.
How interesting.
Being a bolder version of myself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people say, oh, you're quite different from what you were. And I was like, I really am not. I'm just a bolder version of that person.
Yeah.
I was a person who waited in line, and now I'm a person that's like, what the hell's going on? I'm not moving. Like you get bolder and bolder.
Yeah.
And, you haven't got time to be mucking around.
That's it. But there is a passion that drives what you do, and that is the difference between you and say artists compared to someone who might be working in a corporate setting or something where that, I know passion is an overused word, but if you know what I'm saying, it started from a passion and you've maintained that as part of your work too.
Yeah, I love it because I never had a plan B, but I knew that I just made the most of every opportunity that came my way. And I remember I was in this beautiful area and I was only about 20, and I was looking around and thinking, I wanna have all of this one day. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it. And I couldn't work out how in the hell do people get these houses? What do they do to get them? And I'm like, oh, now I know. You work really, really hard.
Yeah.
And my kids, like they know how hard, I will be talking to someone at 11 o'clock at night answering an email, or somebody will email me at 11 o'clock at night because maybe they've just put their kids down, had their own dinner, had a shower, and maybe that's their time to
Yeah,
relax.
right.
Then I will answer them and they'll say, oh, wow, thank you for the prompt reply. And I'm like, why wouldn't I? It's when you have your own business, there's no 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Not a person that says, oh, well, wait till 1 minute past 9 on a Monday morning to contact that person that's contacted me on 5 past 5 on a Friday. I'm like, I'm not Telstra. I'm I'm open all hours. I'm like that show. Name Arkwright. I'm open all hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
funny.
Anna, for people who want to see more of your work, that love your work or want to just explore it a bit more, what's the best way to find you, whether it's joining an art class or picking something up from your new range or some of your gifts, calendars, etc., that you've got out there?
They can go on annablatman.co, and Simi runs that, and she is all too happy to send you out something. She can post all over Australia, all over the world. You can will soon go to Spotlight and buy fabric.
Wow.
And maybe down the track homewares. You can come into my gallery. I have originals there. I have stockists that I supply, like maybe one or two originals each. In Adelaide, there's in Wagga Paper Pear, and there's a gallery in the city in Melbourne. And my friend Danielle Hardwick, she sells my work, and we're at Bungalow Trading, South Village Trading. So there's a few people that I like to, support shops and, give them work on consignment. And then if they sell one, if they don't, we swap it out and move things around. And we don't take life too seriously.
Yeah.
And getting back to Simi, she's a bit famous, Simi, isn't she? She's hilarious.
When we do the videos, she says, "It's amazing how we got it on the first one." We didn't really get it on the first one, but it's very funny.
Yeah.
Because we did it 5 times. The first one would still be the best, We're never going to get it right, so let's just go with the first one.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Well, I can't believe that we're just about at the end of our chat today. Anna, thank you so much for being our very special guest on the Two Cousins One Chat podcast. It's been such a delight to meet you and chat with you, and we really appreciate you being with us, so generous with your time. And our audience loves hearing from local artists, and we've had a couple on in the past, and we're so happy to add you to the list of awesome guests.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much for listening. That wraps up another episode with our very special guest today, Anna Blatman. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can now catch Two Cousins One Chat just about everywhere, even YouTube. Wow, we're just global. We're global as well. And always get in touch and leave us a comment. We would absolutely love to hear from you and where you're tuning in from. Until next time, it's goodbye.
Okay, thanks so much. See you later, Anna.
Bye.